Well, hello there, YouTube Nation. It's Pops Longwalker again, checking in with you. Yeah, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm walking around this block. I'm on my lunch break, so I'm gonna walk around and just be outdoors. It's a little windy, so I've tried to take precautions. And I've got some thoughts about being sick and all that. So, here's what I've discovered. When you go on a new walking program, at first you're not going to believe it. When you start walking every day, you're not going to believe how quickly the weight is going to fall off you. And I want to thank everybody who has commented on my videos in the last week since I've been ill. I read all your messages, every one of them, even the kind of crazy ones. And I appreciate all of it, even the ones that tell me mean things. Because it's all, if I wanted to have just sweet, nice comments, I would have made the comments, where I'm moderating. I didn't do that because I invite whatever anybody wants to say. I might take offense too, and I might come back at you, but that really hadn't happened. Instead, people have been leaving wonderful, wonderful comments and descriptions of their own personal journeys. And one person said that he'd gotten diagnosed with diabetes, and that was a wake-up call. They wanted to give him the medication for weight loss and all that. So let me see what I can do first. He started walking every day. First it was just around the block, like I always tell you to do, just go around the block. But he got more and more into it, and in 2 months he lost 20 pounds, and he says he can sleep better and his appetite's under control. If that ain't all the verification you need, if you're still on the fence about getting up and going out and starting walking every day, you need to do it before it gets too much, into spring. And summer's right around the corner. You definitely want to be out there by the time the summer hits so you can acclimate. Right? You want to be able to acclimate. You don't have to worry about calisthenics when you first start. Just the movement is enough. So, yeah. It's really good to hear those comments from people that are out there trying it and had faced the same kind of wake-up call where you're just too heavy. And like I say, it took you years to get there. It'll take you a while to get out, but that initial burst is so gratifying because you realize, oh, I can control this. Yeah, I got fat. Yeah, I got out of shape and sedentary, but it's really up to me. I don't have to die. I don't have to accept any of this. It's true. You have the power. All it takes is movement. Now, what I wanted to say, you've heard me give you that rap a million times, but even though it is true, but I hadn't accounted for how the body deals with all the little things that go on when you start walking, and then you just want to add exercise, and now I threw in a bike ride, and it's a lot of activity. And the body can only take so much before it starts to wear down. And then you get vulnerable to things like the flu, or the ick, or the cold, whatever they want to call that thing where you can't breathe, and your sinuses are all clogged up, and you feel feeble. You feel like you could get beaten up by a little baby. You just feel you feel the opposite of the way you have felt for a long time. You feel the opposite of that, and It can be incredibly frustrating and depressing. You know, my thing is, it's a lesson learned. You can't always protect yourself against these vulnerabilities, but there are some things you can do. And that is, I always say to listen to your body, but man, you really need to pay attention to what it's telling you. If you feel yourself maybe a little tired, just back off or whatever it is. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm now a big fan of compartmentalizing. So one of the reasons I got out of the house today, even though I'm still technically recuperating, is that I really need to be out of the house. I can't just sit in there all day. So if you're going to give me a lunch break, I'm getting out of there. And I'm not going to be anywhere around it. I'll come down here to this playground. You got to get away from the same old if you want to change things. You've got to do it differently. If you want to start studying every night, go back home and sit in front of your computer or your TV. Go sit someplace where you're usually not. I like to go to the library or, well, anywhere on this university campus is helpful. There's science buildings that are open. You can go set up your computer and work and do whatever you need to do for an hour or two. Then go back home when you're ready to not be doing things. Don't hold up. So, that's all fine, but if you're doing too much. Now, another thing you can do, I've started doing, I'll let you know how it goes, is I thought I needed some more protein. So I did invest in some powder, some protein powder. $20. That's enough to last for about a week or so, so I don't know how much more I'm going to be getting. I don't want to be buying hundreds of dollars of protein powder all the time. But on the other hand, it is nutrition. When you mix it with milk, it tastes like strawberry quick. That's pretty good stuff if you remember that from being a kid. So I'm going to try to forestall my body running out of food, running out of steam. Maybe that's part of what got me sick. People say, well, you walk in the rain, you walk in the snow, of course you're going to get sick. But I didn't get sick for all those times. I went in the snow and in the rain and the cold. I didn't get sick. I don't think I got sick until I overdid it, until I did six miles of biking and 6 miles of walking, push-ups, calisthenics, all in the same day. That's when I think I knocked my vulnerability down. So, it's going to be tough. I'm going to try to do a long walk. I don't know if I'll be able to do one tomorrow, but very soon maybe I'll do the walk without the calisthenics. You don't want to get out there far away from home and then you can't come back. That's not a good idea. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to be okay again. I love being outdoors. I'm going to tell you, I hate to say, but it's a privilege. I hate to use that word because it sounds so annoying. Privilege. But it is a privilege to be outdoors and to feel that you've got the energy to be out here. Man, I missed it. I missed what it did for my life. And if you haven't, devise some scheme so that you can get out from behind those same four walls every day. Please think about it, because it's going to change your way of thinking. I put on this internet post, I play around on some of these other sites, but not anything you guys would know about. I don't think you've ever heard of Fark.com. Fark, F-A-R-K.com. You probably never heard of that one. It's been around since the 90s. What? An old-fashioned news aggregator. Bunch of bitter old people now complaining about everything, but there's some new people there too. And I went on that forum and I said, hey, I lost 50 pounds walking. Well, what else did you do? Did you change your habits? Did you change your nutrition? No, they changed for me. You don't have to make any big plans. You don't have to. It'll happen naturally. Once you start the process of moving and walking, you're going to discover you're not as hungry anymore. How many steps a day? Well, you know, I advise you to double the 10,000 step standard. Go to 20,000, but you don't have to do it all at once. Well, folks, I think I've said all I wanted to say on this short walk, and I am so appreciative that you've gotten something out of these videos, and I hope you'll hang with me, because we've got a long way to go to get to fitness, total fitness. I want to be as fit as I've ever been, and I've got to climb all the way back. It's going to be hard getting into those push-ups again after this sickness, but I ain't. What else we gonna do? Lay down and die? I'll see you next time out on the trail.